Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Although one has the knowledge that I am the embodied self who is other than the body and this self is eternal, etc. Yet, while residing in the body, there are experiences of joy and sorrows. What about them? You cannot say when it is cold that I am not feeling cold. You cannot say when it is hot that I am not feeling hot. So, this knowledge that I am the self who is other than the body and the modifications of the body, etc., do not touch me, agreed. But what about the experiences that we are getting through the body? They are definitely influencing us. So, self-realization is not being numb. All experiences will continue. Then what to do with that? In reply to this, the teacher told, Matras parashastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada. And when we are able to endure, go through the different experiences and do not get much influence by them, then what happens? Then this knowledge that I am someone other than the body and I am the pure self, this knowledge starts getting converted into experience. Now be very attentive. When I know there is no sunrise, no sunset, because I have studied physics, after knowing this, when I will see through my eyes, the perception will continue to be the same. Perception will not change. Understanding will change. In the same manner, when I have come to discover that I am the absolute self, untouched by the modification of the body, etc., and among them, joy, sorrow, these are the modifications at the level of the mind. So, they are giving me experience of joy and sorrow, but I am able to endure them, and this ability to endure will slowly reveal to me that in the sorrows I am, in the joy I am. So this I factor, this absolute self is uninfluenced by the joys and sorrows, but it is illuminating every joy and every sorrow. And in this manner, slowly, steadily, by the process of endurance, when one is able to come to this stand, misery is there, but there is no miserable entity born. See? Yam hina vyathayanti te purusham purusharashabha samadukha sukham dhiram saha amrutatvaya kalpate. He alone is qualified to recognize the absolute. So, how can this be practiced? So, principle is given. Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha. Because these joys and sorrows, they are not the reality, they come and go. So all that which comes and goes is not real. Therefore, we should not become really miserable for all that which is temporary. And na abhava sataha vidyate. And the truth, the absolute, is never absent. It is ever the same. In this manner, he who is able to focus attention on the unchanging aspect of our experience and the changing aspect of experience and come to recognize himself to be the unchanging reality, he alone has understood everything. See, the basic thing, when two cars are going parallel in the same direction, and if you look at the other person in the other car, you don't feel the movement because there is no reference point. Similarly, if you are in the sky and in the aeroplane, look outside, and if there is pitch darkness because it is night flight, you don't experience that there is a movement taking place. As if you are simply suspended somewhere. Because of the sound, you know you are suspended. So there is no reference of an unchanging factor to establish the changes. And when we are all experiencing good and bad changes in our life, around the world, in our body, in our mind, so there has to be an unchanging factor which is illuminating all the changes. And this unchanging reality is called as Tat iti sarvanama sarvam cha brahma tasya nama tat iti tad bhavaha tatvam brahmanaha yathatmyam. Yathatmyam, the absolute exactness of the reality is this. So, tad drashtuhu shilam yesham te tattvadarshinaha. So, those who are able to focus attention on this unchanging substratum, they are called as the Tattvadarshi. Therefore, again and again, focus attention on this. I received one letter, long letter, 2, 3, 4 pages printed, and Hare Ram. So 3-4 days I was developing courage. How much imagine a person who can write 4 pages later, in his or her presence, life will be miserable. Constantly going on. Quietness is the foundation of spiritual growth. But as long as we have this notion that I know something, I have this thing, I can do this, I can do that, you will never keep quiet. And all these abilities are only in matter. See? And you do, all of us know, when we become aware of any power in us, we want to exhibit it. We cannot keep quiet. Once I went to some Sindhi's house for food. There was some time. I said, hey, lagao TV, let us see some cinema. Swamiji, what TV? TV we see every day. I said, but I never see. That is the entertainment for me. He said, no, I will entertain you. I said, my God, a Sindhi entertaining? And then he brought out harmonium, put it on the dining table. I said, Ram. I said, look here, I don't sing. Have you seen me anytime singing? No, Swamiji, you don't sing. I will sing. I have recently started learning. I said, my God, now suffer. See? We are unable to focus attention on this unchanging reality. And therefore we suffer. So, Tvam api tattvadarsinam drishtim ashritya shokam moham chehitva शीतोष्णादीनि नियत अनियत रूपाणि द्वंद्वानि विकाराः अयम असत एव मरीचि जलवद मिथ्या अवभासते इति मनसि निश्चित्य तितिक्षस्व. Like the mirage waters, it appears, yes, but it is not real. Real is you. And it is just only a question of time. See, any particular event which must have made you extremely miserably miserable in the past, remember that. And now the same event, same you, same memory, same experience, and see the impact, zero. But that time, as if the heavens have fallen. Therefore, this so-called joy, sorrows, the so-called the cold and heat, they have no stability. Therefore, let us not become involved too much in this. Now, educate. This is what it is said here. Manasi nischitya titikshatva. So, the more you educate yourself, your mind, you will have more endurance. And this is what is called as vichara. And when we start reacting, that is called as vikara. And whenever we are under the influence of these reactions of the mind, we are no more contemplative. Therefore, the basic thing to be remembered every time, that is our mind reacting or contemplating. The moment it starts reacting, stop it there. No more reactions allowed. So, kim punaha tad yas sad eva sarvada eva asti iti uchyate. Okay, all these changing things are asad. Therefore, all these people who are going to die on the battlefield, they are also asad. So, let them die. But the question is, who is sad then? Kim punaha tad yat sad. So what is that reality? And sarvada eva, and it is all the time. It is not temporary sat. See, in the existence or the sat or the truth, there are no fractions and there is no temporariness. Suppose you want to employ somebody and he gives you a reference. So you call that man. How is this fellow? He is very good and 90% he is truthful. 10% is enough to reject him. Truth cannot be in fractions. It is or it is not. And sarvada. No, sometimes he is truthful, but sometimes he deceives. Then that we don't want. So what is that existence, reality, sat, which is sat eva sarvada eva asti? To indicate it, the teacher says in the 17th verse, avinashi tu tad vidhi yena sarvamidam tatam vinashamavyayasya na kaschit kartum arhati. अविनाशी न विनष्टुम शीलम अस्य इति तु शब्द असतः विशेषणार्थः. To distinctly separate out the eternal from the temporary, the nitya from the anitya, the avinashi tu word is indicated. That's a particle. So that which is never destroyed is called as avinashi. And tad vidhi vijanihi. So recognize that is called as the indestructible avinashi. What is that? Yena idam sarvam jagat vyaptam tatam sadakkena brahmana sakasham akashene iva gatadaya. Like here, this is called as avachedavad in the language of our Vedanta Shastra. So there are 3 pots. And in that pot, there is a pot space. So, there is pot space in the pot and outside there is a total space. So, Ghatakash and Mathakash or Mahakash, not Mathakash, Mahakash. Now, when the pot breaks, what happens to the pot space? Nothing happens. Why? Because the space was supported from inside outside by the space. So we may say Ghatakash, space in the pot, but the truth is the pot is in the space. See? And that which is creating the pot space, those walls of the pots, they are also in the space. So when the pot breaks, nothing happens to the space. This is called as avachedavad. Similarly, now apply this. This is why, one of the most difficult thing for many seekers who are walking the spiritual path is this. Today this person has come, he has come for the same meditation frustration. He came with too many books and argument, this and that thing. I said, if you are through, sit down. I'll talk to you for through 2-3 minutes, then I had to sleep. Because I had to go for lecture. Because I always don't waste my time, I must sleep. And I told him, I said, look here, all what you are doing or not doing is only in the relative plane. And in relative existence, you do anything, it is a sin. Why it is a sin? Anyatha santam atmanam anyatha pratipadyate. You are essentially that Parabrahma Paramatma, and you take yourself to be the Jiva and doing a lot of sadhana and want to achieve something. What do you want to achieve? I said, recognize this basic difference. There is no freedom for I. As long as I is there, you are already imprisoned. Poor man is imprisoned in the poverty, rich man is imprisoned in the riches. A bhogi is imprisoned in the bhoga, a yogi is imprisoned in the yoga. See? A criminal is imprisoned in the criminality, and a goody person is imprisoned in that goodiness. That I is not being deleted. I said, you do anything, you are wrong. Then what is to be done? I said, find out this. Who wants to do this meditation? Who wants to write books? Actually, I have decided to write commentary on Lalita Sahasranam, and therefore I have come to take your blessings. But you have taken away the very carpet from below my feet. I said, no, you do it. But I have this clear understanding. World doesn't need it. Lalita Amma doesn't need it. You are doing it for yourself. Do it. Good. That will keep you busy. If you do with this, then it is okay. Somehow you have to pass time till you die. So do one thing. But remember this very clearly. You have to get freedom from this I. Therefore, avinashi na vinashtum shilam asya iti sa tad vidhi vijanihi yena idam sarvam jagat tatam vyaptam sadakhena brahmana sakasham akashena iva gatadaya. So like the pot appears to contain the space, but the truth is the pot is the content of the space. In the same manner, there is an appearance that the soul is inside. And from inside the soul is doing sin and merit. All spiritual practice, all yoga abhyas, go on eating the cloth. One day we were going somewhere towards Delhi by car, and there were some Westerners with me in the car, and they saw some donkeys eating newspaper. So it is a great sight. Swamiji, look here, the donkey is eating newspaper. I said, in India donkeys are educated. They are not illiterate. See? So all this, I will do this thing, I will do this thing, I had to do this thing, I am separate from others, holier than thou, is why? Because I, the soul, in this body is separate from you, the soul, in that body. See? Inquire about what the jiva is. See? In deep sleep, what is our gender? What is our age? What is our nationality? What is our religion? That which does not exist in the deep sleep is not the truth. See? Everything disappears. Whether you are a yogi or a bhogi, whether you are a human being or an animal, everything is leveled up into one homogeneous experience of just being. Therefore, our problem is that we are in the body, and therefore anything that is happening to this body is happening to me. But what is the truth? The truth is, the body is in me, but I am not in the body. Like, we may say pot space, but the truth is, the pot is in the space. The space is not in the pot. Or, the space is inside, outside the pot. Or, the space is the reality. Without the space, the pot cannot exist. See, go step by step understanding. So here the teacher says, Tad vidhi vijanihi, recognize that eternal, indestructible reality which is permeating, vyaptam. Tatam means vyaptam. See this tat, it was told tat iti sarvanama. Tat is also a dhatu. Tat tanoti, ninth conjugation. So, that which is expanding, that which is permeating. So, tatam means that which is permeating in and through everything. What is that? In this world, the space. Without space, nothing can exist. All the four elements can exist only in the space. Therefore, the word used for the truth is chidakash, the conscious space. But this conscious space is not empty like this. It is a solid space in which everything is contained, and yet nothing is differentiated. Undifferentiated existence is called as conscious space. So that is what is said here. Yena idam sarvam jagat tatam vyaptam sadakhena. Sadakhena by the name Sat. Akhya is the name. That which is called as Sat is the Brahman, the reality, which is permeating in and through everything and being. So, avinashitu tadviddhi yena sarvamidam tatam. See, the more you go on contemplating on this, therefore one of the method of meditation is this. And this method, when we are following that method, if you are aware about it, I am not allowing you to focus attention anywhere inside or outside. The moment your breathing becomes keval kumbhak, the concept of in and out is over. When you do purak kumbhak and rechak kumbhak, what happens? The concept of in and out is valid. And the concept of in and out is with reference to the body. So hold the air inside or hold the air outside. And the problem is this only. So when you ultimately, in Vashishta Samhita it comes, when you ultimately come to this Kevala Kumbhak, the concept of in and out is over. And when the concept of in and out is over, the consciousness, the prana shakti, reverts back to consciousness. And similarly, tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam, we revert back to this consciousness, and therefore there won't be any thought formation. This is how the whole process is. Now, in that consciousness, there is no concept of thoughts of gati, thoughts creating mind, gati creating prana. So this is avinashitu tadvidhi yena sarvamidam tatam. Therefore, this is one of the techniques of meditation wherein you are focusing attention on this truth. And therefore, when your body relaxation is complete, the mind has given up the shape of the body. The moment the mind has given up the shape of the body, the concept of in and out is over, and then you are merging in the totality. Where is the question of inside and outside? Like, I met many great Mahatmas, and we should meet, take their blessings. It is helpful. But at the same time, don't go get carried away. Hold on to your personal experience, unbiased experience. So, when somebody asks me, Swamiji, is your Kundalini awakened? I said, you ask Kundalini, I don't know. Ask her. I am sleeping all the time. If she is awake, I don't know. But is it not that they say, the Shat Chakra Bhedan and then the Kundalini comes up? I said, yes, this is all true. I am not telling it is wrong. As I am concerned, I do not know anything about it. Friends, please remember, as long as you take the position that you are inside the body, then alone all these things are valid. When you come to accept principle, you may not experience. When you come to accept this principle, the body is in me. See? Immediately all the thought processes disappear. Because thought process begins when you consider yourself to be limited. In deep sleep there is no body identification, no thoughts. So, yena sarvamidam tatam akashavat, like the space permeating everything in this world. And here it is said, sakasham. Along with the space, everything is permeated by this reality. So don't misunderstand, the space is the reality. No. See, where is the space? In one Upanishad, this story comes. The wife, disciple asked the Guru husband, I want to know the truth. Forget about truth. Where are you? I am in your ashram. Where is the ashram? In Lonavala. Where is Lonavala? In Maharashtra. Where is Maharashtra? In India. Where is India? In Asia. Where is Asia? On earth. Where is earth? On the globe. Where is the globe? In the waters. Where are the waters? In the fire. Where is the fire? In the air. Where is the air? In the space. Where is the space? In your mind. See? Where is the space? When your mind is functional, then east, west, north, south. Don't sleep by facing your legs to the Dakshina, okay? Why? You will die. You must have seen the children when they sleep, they keep on rolling like the clock, the hands. So do you think when they go, they will die? No, nothing happens. So for them there is no direction, no meaning to that, because there is no mind. Now the space is in the mind. Where is the mind? The mind is in the consciousness. So, where are you? Find out. This is what is meant over here. Tad vidhi vijanihi nihi yena idam sarvam jagat tatam vyaptam sadakhena brahmana sakasham. Completely akashena iva ghatadayaha. Like the space is permeating, supporting in and out everything. Now, vinasham asya avyasya na kaschit kartum arhati. Now this reality which is supporting everything, vinasham adarshanam abhavam avyayasya na veti upachaya apayachayau na yati iti avyayam tasya avyayasya. So what is the meaning of vinashanam? Vinasham avyasyasya. Vinasham means adarshanam abhavam. Na kaschit kartum arhati. Nobody can negate the existence. See? Existence cannot be negated. When we say even absence is also given existence, when we said there is nobody there, so that nobody is also existing. Because without the existence, even absence cannot exist. Therefore, asya avyayasya vinasham adarshanam abhavam na kaschit kartum arhati. And the second thing, avyayasya. Avyayasya means what? Na vyeti iti avyaya. That which cannot be added with or subtracted from. That to which nothing can be added and that from which nothing can be removed is called as avyaya. Now what is that avyaya? Mathematically we all know infinite plus minus anything is equal to infinite. In this infinite, where is a question of more number of jivas? Are there many infinities? Absolute is only one. There are not many absolutes. You know, there is one organization, they have called me once and they explained about their organization. We believe in 4 absolutes. And they explain. First is absolute purity. Second is absolute honesty. Third is absolute unselfishness. And fourth is absolute love. So after they explained that, I said, I am absolutely confused. How come? What is there to get confused? I said, when the absolutes are more than one, they have become in relation to each other. In absolute, there is no comparison possible. In absolute, there is nothing that can be added. From absolute, nothing can be removed. And therefore, avyaya. Now see, if I am a jiva, if I have done papa, I have added the load of papa on my head. And when you are going after death, they will ask you to go through the X-ray and everywhere they will find out papa, papa, papa. Hell. And if you are going with another luggage and punya, 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 heaven. See? So for the jiva, papa, punya is valid. In this room, if there is a rat dead rotting, it will smell. In the total open space, whole world rots, nothing happens. See? Therefore, avyayaha. So, navyeti iti avyayasya upachaya apachayo na yati iti avyaya tasya avyayasya. So that which is not subjected to any modification is called avyaya. Na etat sadakyam brahma svena rupena vyeti vyabicharati nira avayatvat dehadivat. And this Parabrahma, this Paramatma Tattva, called as Sat Akhyam Brahma, Svena Rupena na Veti, na Vyabicharati. This Brahman, this reality, does not fall from its essential nature. Why it doesn't fall from its essential nature? Na Vyabicharati. Because Nira Avayavatvat. Because it doesn't have the limbs. The child is small, then he starts growing, so height is added. Then the ceiling comes, but the growth doesn't stop, so the width starts increasing. Then the health is there, and then there is the back pain. Then there is asthma, isn't it? Then there is rheumatism. All this is with reference to the avayava, that which has the limbs. Isn't it? So, Etat sadakyam brahma svena rupena na veti na vyabhicharati, because nira avayatva dehadivat. Like the body is constantly subjected to change, modification. In the same manner, this absolute self supporting the body is not at all influenced by anything that happens to the body. Now, is it not our experience? Even if you try this again and again, intensely look within for your own experience. You don't have to read any books. Do we have the experience of that we are growing? No. Whatever you try to see whether you are thinking. The moment you focus attention that you are thinking, thinking disappears. Because in the absolute self, none of these modifications, additions, there is neither addition of wisdom or foolishness in the reality. Because the reality supports equally the wisdom of a wise man and the idiotness of a born congenital idiot. There is no difference. So, dehadivat nira avayvatvat na api atmiyena atmiya bhavad yatha devadatto dhana hanyaha veti natu evam brahma veti. Similarly, there is a second kind of loss. And what is the second kind of loss? When atmiya abhavat, when your belongings are lost, then it is called as a loss. Now in this Paramatma, there is nothing to be lost. See how beautiful it is. Atmi na api atmiyena. Atmiya means what belongs to you. So atmiya abhavat yatha, example given, Devadattaha dhanahanya veti. When Mr. Devadatta has lost his money, somebody has pickpocketed his purse, so there is a loss to him. So loss is two types. One is loss of possessions, because of that you suffer the loss. Second is loss of your own personality. Both these things are totally absent in the absolute Brahman, therefore na veti Brahma. Ataha, therefore, अव्यस्य अस्य ब्रह्मणः विनाशम न कश्चित कर्तुम अर्हति न कश्चित आत्मानं विनाशयितुं शक्नोति ईश्वरः अपि. See, even God cannot destroy himself. How beautiful it is. So asya avyasya brahmana, of this Brahman, unmodifying, unchanging, ever the same, vinasham na kaschit kartum arhati, nobody can do this destruction. Na kaschit atmanam vinashayitum shaknoti. Ishvara api, even Ishvara. Why is this so? Can't we commit atmahatya? You cannot. See how straight away it is. Because atma hi brahma swatmani cha kriya virodhat. The self and the Brahman, these are not two. You can destroy your eyes. You can destroy your intellect by drugs and drinks. You can destroy your body by hanging to the fan from the waist. Isn't it? But why don't you hang from the throat? Without that you will not die. No, I am having cough and cold. See? So Atma hi Brahma swatmani kriya virodhat. There cannot be any action in the self. Like eyes can see everything, they cannot see themselves. Nose can smell everything, the nose cannot smell itself. In the same manner, the self cannot kill itself. So, Atma hi Brahma, Swatmani cha kriya virodhat. Kim punaha tad asad yat swatma sattam vibhicharati iti uchyate. Then what is that asad, unreal, which is constantly changing? Atma satta vibhicharati iti uchyate. That is said, antavanta ime dehaha नित्यस्योक्ता शरीरिणः अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य तस्माद्युध्यस्व भारत. अंतवंतः. अंतवंतः मीन्स अंतः विनाशः विद्यते येषां ते अंतवंतः. यथा मृगतृष्णिकादौ सद्बुद्धिः अनुवृत्ता प्रमाण निरूपणान्ते विच्छिद्यते स तस्या अंतः तथा इमे देहा स्वप्न माया देहादिवच्च अंतवंतः. See, so beautifully Bhagavan says that which is subjected to destruction is called as the destructible, antavan, antavantah. Like Bhagavan, Bhagavat is the shabda, Bhaga is the noun, to that Vatu pratyay is added because Bhagavat and then Bhagavan, Bhagavan, Bhagavantau, Bhagavantaha. Similarly, Antavat, Antavantau and Antavantaha, plural. So, this reality, Antavantaha, Anta Vinashaha Vidyate Shamti Antavantaha. Which are that? What is that? Example is given. Yatha Mrugatrushnikadav, like the mirage waters. So the mirage water is seen as existing. Sadbuddhav. It is seen. Yes, there is mirage. Sadbuddhav. Now, further, Anuvruta Pramana Nirupanante. Now that mirage water which is existing, when you take the right means of knowledge, what is the right means of knowledge? The right means of knowledge is that this mirage water is appearing only in a particular condition. When the sun rays fall on the hot surface of the earth, there is refraction in the sun rays, and therefore the refracted, rarefied air appears to be like the water, and therefore it is only an appearance. Once you know this, then what happened to that mirage waters? It is antavantaha. It has no more any existence. So that which was recognized as sadbuddhi, as really existing before the dawn of the right knowledge, it was considered as real. The moment the right knowledge prevails, it is designated as not real. The same thing is true with reference to our body. See, according to these medical fellows, our body changes all the cells in 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I don't know how many years. All the cells are completely changed, replaced. Yet what is our experience? The same body. With this body, I have gone to Everest. But now this body has become old. It can't even go to the first floor. Now, it is something like this. We had a classmate, we used to always make fun of him. He used to come in the school on a bicycle. His bicycle was so horrible, we used to make fun of him. He said, "No, don't make fun. This bicycle belongs to my grandfather. It is coming from the 3rd generation. How come? You have not changed? No, we have changed. Change we have to. We have changed tires, we have changed tubes, we have changed the wheels, we have changed, there was an accident, so the chassis was changed, and the new design handle I have put, the chain you have to change, everything is changed. Yet the bicycle is the same. Isn't it? In the same manner. Everything has undergone change in this. Yet we are imagining it is the same body. See, the more you go on contemplating on this knowledge, you will see the life takes a totally different plane of existence. It is no more buried in this wretched mortal world of competition and cutthroat existence. So, Pramana nirupanante vichidyate. But when this can happen, pramana nirupanante. What is the pramana? What is the authority of knowledge for the self? Is the study of the scriptures. See? Therefore, you will see those people who are, asking you to do upasana, this, that, they give too much of emphasis, importance on Shraddha. They don't allow you to study anything. They don't allow you to go anywhere for study and inquiry. Because then their hold will go away. If you go and ask some questions, then devil is speaking through him. Don't go nearer to him. He is forsaken by Jesus. Don't go to him. He is asking questions. Because the truth, once it catches fire in you, you will no more start living the same mundane life of a sheep flock existence. Therefore, nayamatma balahinena labhyaha. You require courage inside, strength. And what is the courage and strength? All that is discovered to be not truth has to be rejected without any mercy. Then only you can walk the path. That's why you will see those people who are engaged in this kind of spiritual practice, they are afraid of satsang. Our Shankaracharya's one book, Bhajya Govindam, is also called as Moha Mudgar. Moha Mudgar is a hit of a mace on the delusion of your understanding. What is the delusion? Delusion about who we are, delusion about what the world is, delusion about who the God is. When you start inquiring about it, then you come to discover that this all is only a rubbish going on in this world. And once you know that this is a mirage water, you will not hate mirage water. Then what will you do? You enjoy from a distance, but you will not cry, die to achieve something. See? That joy of life starts being your immediate experience. So, pramana nirupanante vichidyate. When you take up the right means of knowledge. Now, what is the right means of knowledge to know about the self? Think. Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Vrata Paripalanam Athava Danam. This is not going to help you anywhere. See? Very, very clear. Jnana Vihina Sarvamatena Bhajatini Muktim Janmashatena. Unless you come to discover your essential nature, you will only want liberation for I. So earlier I was unhealthy, now I have become healthy. I remember, long time back in Bombay probably, there was one conference. And in that conference, I was called as the chief guest. And something, yoga update or something like that. It was in mid-90s. So, I went there and everybody, all those people who presented their papers and talking about yoga means only for health. I was having a backache, I started districting, my back was relieved and I felt so good. The other person gives a paper, he was having such a, chest problem, this thing, that thing, he did this kind of thing, his chest problem became all right. Continuously, one after another, the same health. So I was feeling, so I said, hey, Patanjali Maharshi must be turning in his grave. See? So, I said, look here, I am getting confused whether I have come to this yoga conference or a roga conference. You are all talking only about roga. See? The purpose is totally different. Because very clearly said in our Yoga Shastra itself, Jati Ayur Bhogaha, three things. Where you will be born, what will be your longevity, and what will be the type of bhoga that you will go through is already determined. So, Tantidikshasva Bharata. Rather than Tan strugglatva Bharata. No, don't struggle. Tidikshasva Bharata. Therefore, Pramana Nirupanante, when you take the refuge in the right means of knowledge and re-evaluate your own experiences of life, you come to know that what you are thinking is eternal. It is not eternal. It is constantly changing. The people around us change, the society around us change, the attitude in the society changes, the friends change, the enemies change. Our liking changes, our priorities change, our body is constantly changing. But all these changes are illumined by one unchanging reality. To this we never focus attention. So, Sadbuddhi Anuvritta Pramana Nirupananti Vichidyate Sa Tasyaha Antaha. This is called as the end of anything. So, ime deha, swapna maya deha, devacha antavantaha. And so also our bodies. Now, nityasya shariranaha sharirvataha anashinaha aprameyasya atmanaha antavantaha iti ukta vivekivihi ityartaha. So, what is said? That by the wise people, anashinaha aprameyasya sharirinaha ime dehaha antavantaha. This is what is said. So that it is nitya, nityasya sharirinaha, that eternal embodied self. And how it is anashinaha, undestructible, aprameyasya, the one which cannot be comprehended by any means of knowledge. To that pure self all the bodies are. Now see the same example about the pot. In a room there are a dozen pots. And if one pot breaks, what happens to the space? Nothing happens to the space. In the same manner we are all sitting over here. Suppose I knock off. Nothing will happen to nobody. See? Because the truth is that which is supporting the living body as well as the dead body. Living body exists, dead body exists. Living body undergoes modification, dead body also undergoes modification. Living body keeps on changing, dead body will also keep on changing. We are tired because of the living bodies around, we will be tired about the dead bodies around. No change whatsoever. But the truth remains unchanging. So, nityasya anashinaha iti puduruktam nityatvasya dvividhatvat loke nasasya cha. Now here these two words are used. Nityasya and anashinaha. Nitya means eternal and anashina means indestructible. So is the Lord using the two words for the same thing? This is called technically as punarukti dosha. So Bhagavan says here, nityasya anashinaha iti na punaruktam. This is not punarukti dosh. This is not the blame of repeating the same thing again and again. Because nityatva and nasha, the eternal existence and the destruction, is of two types each. What is that? First he tells about the destruction. Yatha dehaha bhasmi bhutaha adarshan gataha nashtaha uchchate. Just like when the body is burnt to ashes, it is called as it is destroyed. Then vidyamanaha api anyatha parinataha vyadhadi yuktaha jato nashta uchchate. And similarly, when the body is suffering from so many diseases, then also we say the body is dead now, it just can't do anything. So, there are two types of destructions. One is like the body becoming absolutely absent, and second, the body is undergoing so many unhealthy modifications that it is as good as dead. Similarly, anashinaha, this is also of two types. Tatra anashinaha nityasya cha dvividhena api nashena asambandaha asya ityartha. Therefore, anashi, that means the one which is not destroyed, and that means both types of destructions are not possible with reference to the Atma Tattva. So this Atma Tattva is never destroyed by itself, nor anything can be removed from the Atma so that it suffers any loss. Both the things are not possible in this Atma Tattva. Otherwise, Nityatva, eternal, will be mistaken like what? Anyatha, Pruthivyadivat api Nityatvam syat Atmanah. Like the earth is eternal. In the same manner, will we say that Atma is also eternal like the earth? No. Therefore, anyatha pruthivyadivat api nityatvam syat atmanah tat ma bhut. That should not happen. Iti nityasya anashinaha iti aha. Therefore, this Atma Tattva is explained as the indestructible and eternal, so that all the possibilities of absence of the self are negated. Now, one more word, anashina aprameyasya. Now, what is the aprameya? Aprameyasya, na prameyasya pratyakshadi pramanaihi ari aparichhedyasya ityartha. Prameya means what? That which can be comprehended through the means of knowledge. Colors and forms are established through the eyes. I saw one cartoon, one movie, only actions, no words, no talking, no music, no nothing. And that was of one, that English actor, Mr. Bean, I don't know what is his name, but he is very funny character. He goes to a sea beach to take bath. And there is one man sitting with the goggles because it is so bright day. He is sitting on the chair. There is no other place for him to change his underwear. So how will he change the underwear? So he puts on the underwear on the pant, and then slowly one leg he wants to remove, and then he will take out that leg of the leg from that underwear, and then like that he is struggling, and that man with the goggles, he now and then look here. When he looks here, immediately he stops, as if nothing he is doing. And again he looks that side, he again starts doing like. So this continues for about 10 minutes. And when he has changed successfully only the swimming underwear, he removes the pant. That time that man with the goggles gets up with a white stick because he is blind. So all his struggle to hide himself while changing the underwear is useless, isn't it? So unless there are eyes, colors and forms cannot be established. So prameya means what? That which is established through the means of knowledge. So aprameyasya na prameyasya pratyakshadi pramanaihi aparichedyasya, that which cannot be comprehended by the pratyaksha adi pramana. So there are three pramanas. The pratyaksha through the senses, Second is intelligence, through the intelligence, Anumana Pramana, called as inference. And third is the Shastra Pramana, the authority of the scriptures. So, Atindriya Vishaye, when the subject matter falls beyond the scope of the senses and the mind, then Vedaha Pramanam, then Vedas are the authority. So here the teacher says, Aprameyasya na prameyasya pratyakshadi pramanaihi aparichedyasi ityartha. Now question is raised. Nanu agamena atma parichidyate pratyakshadina cha purvam. Before you bring your senses into operation to establish about the Atma, before that, scriptures already are talking about the Atma. So how do you say the Atma is aprameya? It is known through the scriptures. Now this is very good topic taken for discussion. So the teacher says, Na atmanaha swatasiddhatvat. Even a person who does not study the scriptures, he knows he is being. So even the Vedas do not talk about the reality. So Atmanaha Swatasiddhatvas. Our existence is self-ascertained. It is self-decided. It is self-determined. Unless you want to take the pension, you don't have to prove before anybody with a certificate, I am alive. No. So, Nanu agamena atma parichadyate prakshadadija purvam na atmanaha swata siddhatvan siddhehi atmani pramatari pramitsoho pramananveshana bhavati. See how beautiful. Siddhehi atmani pramatari. Unless I first of all discover my own existence, I will not want to know anything else. See? When we wake up from the deep sleep, what is the first thing that happens? That we become aware of our own existence. Then we say what is the time, then we know where we have to go. So unless this first I is established, the other things are non-functional. Therefore, nahi purvam ittam aham iti atmanam apramaya paschat prameya parichedaya pravartate. Therefore, unless I am so and so, in this way one is able to establish oneself, he will not go into knowing anything else. And nahi atmanam kasyachit aprasiddho bhavati. And another thing, this Atma, the self, one's own being, is not unknown to anybody. Na kasyachit aprasiddho bhavati. Shastram tu antyam pramanam. The Shastra is the ultimate authority. And what is ultimate authority does? Antyam pramanam. Atad dharma adhyaropana matra nivartakatvena pramanatvam. So what the scriptures do? Only one thing. They remove the superimposed understanding about the I. So what is our understanding about I? I am a man, I am a woman, I am rich, I am poor, I am healthy, I am unhealthy, I am hungry, I am not hungry. See? So these are the different understandings of I. And all these understandings are with reference to the conditioning. So this conditioned I is different from the absolute I. So what the scriptures do? They remove the conditioned understanding of the self, and thereby the unconditioned truth is already there. Therefore, Shastram tu antyam pramanam atad dharma. Atad dharma means that which is not their dharma. So I does not have hunger, thirst, gender, age, etc. So atad dharma adhyaropana matra nivartakatvena pramanatvam atmani pratipadyate natu adnyata artha jnapakatvena. Not by telling something which was unknown. No, scriptures don't tell us about the self. What the scriptures do? Only remove our wrong notions about ourselves. See, suppose you see some particular things, this flower. So you do not know what is this flower, then somebody tells you that this is a marigold flower. So your ignorance was removed about the flower. This is called as ignorance removed. Jnapakam, something is told. In this manner, we are not required to be told that we are the self. Everybody knows. But the problem is, what that self is, that identity crisis with reference to whether I am a body, whether I am a jiva, whether I am a sinner, whether I am a meritorious person, all these adhyaropana superimpositions are denied by the authority of the scriptures. And therefore, natu adnyata artha jnapakatvena. So Atma Tattva is not revealed by the scriptures by telling that this is the Atma, etc. Then tathacha shrutihi yad sakshat aparokshat brahma ya atma sarvantaraha iti. So that which is the immediate experience of one's own being and which is one common for the totality is called as the Atma. Therefore, this is the basic difference. In Yoga Shastra, according to Kapil Maharshi and Sankhya Shastra and Patanjali Maharaj, jivas are different from each other. And therefore, they will always remain in the relative existence. And here Bhagavad Gita again and again telling us that there is no difference between jiva. There are not many. There is one truth, one reality. Jiva is only in between prakriya. It is one in between stage to explain us. So, yasmat eva nityaha avikriya cha atma tasmad yudhyasya yuddhad uparamam ma karshihi ityartaha. And therefore, because the Atma Tattva is eternal without any modification, and therefore you have come here to fight the war, so complete your job, fight the war. Don't withdraw from the war. Now here also one very important point is brought out. Nahi atra yuddha kartavyata vidhiyate. See, here it is not said that you should fight the war. Like many people have branded Bhagavan Sri Krishna as a culprit because of whom the Mahabharata war took place. No. He was already there on the battlefield for fighting the war. But because of the error in judgment, he was withdrawing back. So what Bhagavan Krishna did, corrected his error of judgment. Therefore, he had come on the battlefield. So it was not the order given to him. Tasmad yuddhyasva bharata. It was not the vidhi, it was not the order. Yuddhe pravruttaha eva hi asau shoka moha pratibaddaha tushtim aste. So this Arjuna, yuddhe pravruttaha eva. He was already there on the battlefield for fighting. But he, asau, shoka moha pratibaddaha. But he was held back because of the influence of delusion and grief, and therefore tushtim aste. And therefore he was a depressed, dejected person. So tasya kartavya pratibandha apanayana matram bhagavata kriyate. So what Bhagavan Krishna did, only removed the obstacle because of which he was not able to fulfill the job for what he has come. So this pratibandha has to be removed. And this is what Bhagavata Kriyate was done by Bhagavan. Tasmad yudhyasva iti anuvada matram na vidihi. And therefore, Tasmad yudhyasva bharata, that doesn't mean that Bhagavan Krishna is propagating the war philosophy. So all the Hindus should be terrorists. They are not. See, make it very clear to your understanding. Because here the topic is such that he has come on the battlefield, and because of the shoka moha, he was not able to bring out his best, and therefore Bhagavan told that your shoka moha is in a wrong place, in a wrong manner. And once this is removed, he is already there to fight. Therefore Bhagavan has not ordered him that you should fight. Tasmad vidyasva iti anuvada matram na vidihi. It is not an order. Now, शोक मोहादि संसार कारण निवृत्त्यर्थम गीता शास्त्रम न प्रवर्तकम इति एतस्य अर्थस्य साक्षिभूते रुचो आनिनाय भगवान. Now here all those who are talking about karma, now see, they get a blow here. That is why many people don't like Bhagavad Shankaracharya. Shoka mohadi samsara karana nivrutyartham Gita Shastram. Bhagavad Gita is meant for removal of the Shoka mohadi samsara karanam. The cause of this relative existence is grief and delusion. And for that removal of the grief and delusion is the purpose of the Gita Shastra, na pravartakam. Gita Shastra does not talk to you, do karma. Even Gita doesn't tell we do karma. Problem is not that we don't do karma, we do unnecessary karma. So Gita Shastram na pravartakam iti etasya arthasya sakshi bhute rucho aniyaya Bhagavan. So to support his approach, Bhagavan Sri Krishna quotes from Kathopanishad, and these mantras we already read, little bit difference. Yattu manyase yuddhe vishmadayo maya hanyate aham evate esha bhanta iti esha buddhi mrusha evate. So what Arjuna was thinking, that I am going to kill the Vishmacharya, etc., and they will be killed by me. This kind of your understanding is totally wrong. How this understanding is wrong? This is said in the 19th and 20th mantra. This will take in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.